Have you ever laid in bed at night, asking yourself, why did I do that? You wish you could turn back time, but time never runs backwards. The only power you have is learning to forgive yourself. We've all been there, haven't we? Those moments when our past mistakes haunt us, keeping us awake in the dark hours of the night. It's a universal human experience, this struggle with self-forgiveness. But here's the thing, holding on to guilt doesn't change what happened. It only prevents us from moving forward. So, let's talk about how to break free from this cycle. The first step, don't deny or bury the mistake, call it by its name. Remember, a mistake is a chapter in your story, not the whole book. It's easy to let one misstep define us, to let it color every aspect of our lives. But you are so much more than your worst moment. Think about it. Every great story has conflict, challenges, and yes, mistakes. These are the moments that shape characters, that lead to growth and transformation. Your life is no different. That mistake you're beating yourself up over, it's part of your journey, not your destination. Now, let's talk about guilt. Guilt can be a tricky emotion. It can paralyze us, keep us stuck in a loop of self-criticism. But here's a perspective shift for you. Guilt is only useful when it leads to change. It's not meant to be a permanent state of being. It's a signpost, pointing us towards growth. So, the next time you find yourself drowning in guilt, take a deep breath and ask yourself these questions. What did I learn? How would I act differently next time? How does this make me better? These questions aren't about dwelling on the past. They're about extracting wisdom from your experiences. They're about turning your mistakes into stepping stones for personal growth. Let's break it down. What did you learn? Maybe you learned about your own boundaries, or about the importance of communication. Perhaps you discovered a weakness you didn't know you had. That knowledge is power. It's the silver lining in the cloud of your mistake. How would you act differently next time? This question is all about strategy. It's about taking that newfound knowledge and turning it into action. It's about ensuring that if a similar situation arises in the future, you're better equipped to handle it. And how does this make you better? This is where the real magic happens. This is where you start to see your mistake, not as a failure, but as a catalyst for positive change. Maybe it's made you more empathetic, more patient, or more resilient. Maybe it's pushed you to develop new skills, or to prioritize self-care. Now, I want you to try something. Speak to yourself like you would to a close friend. Be kind, be forgiving. Remind yourself you are still worthy of love and growth. Would you berate a friend for making a mistake? Would you tell them they're worthless or undeserving of happiness? Of course not. So why do we often speak to ourselves this way? Imagine your best friend came to you, racked with guilt over a mistake they'd made. What would you say to them? You'd probably remind them of their good qualities. You'd encourage them to learn from the experience, but not to let it define them. You'd reassure them that everyone makes mistakes, that it's part of being human. Now, turn that compassion inward. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer a friend. It might feel strange at first, especially if you're used to being your own harshest critic. But with practice, it becomes easier, and it's so important. Remember, forgiving yourself doesn't erase the past, it frees your future. It's not about pretending the mistake never happened. It's about acknowledging it, learning from it, and then giving yourself permission to move on. Try saying this to yourself. I'm not perfect, but I'm learning, and I deserve to move forward. Say it out loud. Write it down. Make it your mantra, because it's true. You are not perfect, no one is, but you are learning, growing, evolving, and you absolutely deserve to move forward. This journey of self-forgiveness isn't always easy. There might be days when the guilt creeps back in, when you find yourself replaying your mistakes on loop. That's okay. Healing isn't linear, it's a process, and processes take time. On those difficult days, be extra gentle with yourself. Revisit those questions we talked about earlier. Remind yourself of how far you've come, of the lessons you've learned. Practice self-care, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe it's taking a long walk in nature, calling a friend, or losing yourself in a good book. Whatever helps you reconnect with your worth and your potential. And remember, you're not alone in this. Every single person on this planet has made mistakes. Every single one of us has laid awake at night, wishing we could turn back time. But we can't. What we can do is learn, grow, and keep moving forward. Your past doesn't define you. Your mistakes don't define you. What defines you is how you choose to move forward, how you learn and grow from your experiences. You have the power to write the next chapter of your story. Make it a good one. If this resonates with you, share it with someone who needs it today. Because chances are, someone in your life is struggling with self-forgiveness right now. Your words, your understanding, your compassion could be the lifeline they need. Remember, we're all in this together. We're all learning, growing, stumbling, and getting back up again. That's what makes us human. That's what makes our stories worth telling. So be kind to yourself, forgive yourself, and keep moving forward. Your best chapters are still ahead of you.